All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the first ERPNext conference, Europe, this time here in Frankfurt. Thank you, everybody, for coming. It's exciting that so many people are here. We still have about 10 people that are missing that will join us, but we decided to start so we can get going. We have about 40 people who've come today here from 12 countries. We have participants from all over Europe. We have participants from Canada, obviously, participants from India. And we even have a participant from Indonesia who's joining us today. So the last conference was in Mumbai. There have been 3 conferences so far. They have the annual ERPNext conference there. And I've participated twice. And the last time I've been there, I thought it would be very nice to bring this to Germany or to Europe in general, because not everybody has the opportunity to go to Mumbai. And we made the plan and we pulled it off. And here we are all together. Everybody is interested in ERPNext. And this is what we'll spend the next 2 days with. The reason we decided to organize the conference is that ERPNext is an international product. ERPNext is with Frappe, a service that you can sign up for. You can use it on the cloud hosting platform. But there's some, or in our opinion, we found some issues that we wanted to make it suitable for Europe. So we believe that it has everything to do that, but there are some European-specific things that are important for the European community. And the European community is not just us as a small company and telling Rushab and the guys at Frappe what we want, but we want to listen to everybody who's here and to see what is important to us. What have you found? What have you seen? And where would you like this project to go? And we want this conference as a platform for this, a platform for discussion, a platform for new ideas, and for you to get to know ERPNext, but not only the system from what you've seen online or the tutorials that you read or participating in the discussion forum, but also to talk to the developers directly, to be able to face-to-face meet and understand what this is all about. So the next 2 days are basically separated in 2 rough blocks. Today's the developer workshop. We will focus on how can you customize ERPNext to suit your needs. We will start with introductions after I'm done with this short welcome, so we can get to know you. So we can associate you with what are you doing, how far are you along. Then Rishabh will give a presentation about ERPNext that he's prepared. Nabin, who's also there, who's sitting there in the back right now, will show us how to customize ERPNext on an entry level. So we're starting at the conference. We want to see, who are you? What is ERPNext? How can I customize it? In the sense of you, how can you customize it to suit your needs? And we will progressively go deeper into it. And we will see how deep we can go, how detailed or how technical this will be. It's important for us that those of you who are experienced in ERPNext can get a deeper look into it, because now you have the chance to talk to the developers face to face. But it's also important to us that those of you who are not developers or who are in the beginning stages of development also take a lot home. So at 1 o'clock, we'll have a lunch break. Until then, please feel free. We have a lot of breakfast here for you, coffee and small pastries. Just take it whenever you want. In general, the whole conference, or if you want to call it the meetup, should be pretty relaxed. So feel free to move around. Feel free to ask questions. If you have something interesting to show, also, you can feel free to come up. After the lunch break, which will be around 1 o'clock, and we have to see how exactly it goes with the timing, we want to go a little bit deeper into development. Starting the Frappe bench, for those of you who don't know what this is, it's okay, don't worry. Creating a custom app, all of this. And the second part of today is supposed to be more of a Q&A. You have an issue, you have a question, it's interesting to everybody, let's try to answer it. That can be something programming related or a challenge that you've seen. We just have to see how it goes. So the beginning is more light, and this afternoon it's going to be a little bit more detailed. If we see that people say, hey, this is way too detailed for us, we have 2 more rooms. We can also split the group, and we can say, hey, I'm really not too interested in the development aspect of it. Let's just talk about how to use it. If that is something people are interested in, you can come up to us in the lunch break, and we can discuss, and we can split the group if necessary. So in this room, we would go on into further development, and on one of the other rooms, we would go with lighter stuff, customization, custom reporting, or just general questions about commercial aspects of it. So tomorrow, the conference starts at 10. The conference is going to be more about talks, going to be more about giving presentations and to learn more about the strategy. Today we're going to be more focused on how can we use it, how can we implement, how can we customize it. Tomorrow will be more strategic. Where is ERPNext going? What is ERPNext trying to achieve? What's going on with the foundation, and how can we bring it to Europe? So I sent out the survey asking what you expect from today. This was very important to Rushab, and I've summarized that. One question was, what are the available features? And I want to see basic development. We'll definitely cover that. Another question, and I've summarized those questions. There was a lot of feedback, and I've just put it into a few points. More information about customization and tips and best practices, and exactly this is why we're also here. Tips to get some little tricks. Maybe it's something that you're really facing a challenge and you don't know how to do it. It could be that the answer is, oh, this is very simple. This is how you do it. Or I know a company that does exactly what you need. We were talking about it yesterday, and it was, I think, how many? 3 people are working on a FedEx implementation? Maybe more. So there's currently 3, 4, who knows how many companies who are working on a shipping integration to make it possible to print shipping labels and to have tracking. This is also for that, to network and see, hey, okay, you're a manufacturing business. What have you done? How can we work on this together? Who's using ERPNext in Germany and how to adapt it to German requirements? Okay, you can strike through Germany, you can put in Slovenia or wherever you're from. I think European challenges are pretty similar. And there's German accounting standards, but I doubt that Austrian or Swiss accounting standards are massively different. I'm sure they're different, but they're probably more likely similar than the Anglo-Saxon system. Better understanding of the development cycle, developer point of view, and best practice. Again, you see best practice shows up a bunch of times. So how do I actually do this? Okay, I can customize this, but what are best practices for how do I document this? Where do I develop this? How do we maybe work as a team? And this is also, we're going to try to answer these questions. And this is very important, basically networking, talking to existing users, understanding their uses and application of ERPNext in their organization. I think the lunch break is always interesting when you mix and mingle, but also when you ask questions to see, how are people doing this? The funniest answer was this one: no expectations. I'm just interested. Let's see. So also this is good. So I would like to start with an introduction. So I'll introduce myself, and then I think we'll just go go start here. So my name is Dominik Ottenbreit. I'm the CEO of ISO Electronic. We're an electronics manufacturing firm located about 1.5 hours west of here. Hence the location. Frankfurt is the next metropolitan area for us. Go ahead, it's fine. We use ERPNext. We're implementing it to replace our current existing ERP system. I will talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. And yeah, we're in close contact with FAPE, and we're going to use it as our main ERP system. So if we can just go around so everybody can associate the face to something. Okay, this works. So
Hello, my name is Kaspars. I'm from Latvia. I'm a portfolio manager and as well as developer. So I'm fresh in Frappe, so only a few months, but already I think it's very, very good system. So we are starting to implement system in some logistic management. So expectations, we are very interested what we'll get.
okay.
My name is Yanis. I am from the same company as Kaspars, Next Systems, and I'm a developer.
Hi, my name is Deepak, and I'm interested in the adoption of ERP for the family businesses we run back in India. And yeah, I want to learn a little bit more about this software. I think it's a great one. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Guido. I'm from Germany. We are a company. We develop and make service for our customers. We start with ERPNext in the last year, in the end of the last year, and actually we are sorry, my bad English. We have our first customer who wants to make ERPNext as his system, and we develop this for him.
Hello, my name is Dieter Tim. I'm the CEO from BT Electronics in Hanover. We plan to use ERP system for our company because we are growing fast the last years, and so we have the need for a system. And I've take a look around the market and have seen ERPNext, and I've been very excited about this kind of product because yeah, it's so simple and it's so huge. Thank you.
My name is Gerald Webmuller. I'm from the Netherlands. We look at ERPNext after viewing Odoo and other packages to apply in our business for industrial online sales in combination with a web shop, etc. And we feel that this is the most flexible way to go. So let's go on.
Hello everyone, my name is Anton. I come from Indonesia. My business is basically imports and exports of fresh fruits and vegetables. I've been using ERPNext 3 years ago, I think. So this is my third conference already. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Navin from Prepare Technologies. My formal designation is CEO, but I love to present myself as Prepare developer, Prepare or ERPNext developer. So my expertise is basically functional part of the ERPNext, developing functional part of the ERPNext. So that's it.
My name is Henry. I'm from Canada. I'm basically just looking at ERPNext as a potential product that I can work with my clients in Canada. I have about 25 years of ERP consulting experience, and I'm tired of the closed solutions, and I'm looking for an open solution.
Hi all, I'm Saverio from Italy. I'm a system engineer in a company where main business is a wholesale watches activity, and we are here because we are on the process to replace our current customized ERP with the new system. We had several months, evaluation process, and we were really attracted by this system, and mainly also by the frappe behind the ERPNext. We are here just for both to know better the development cycle, and also for best practice about customization. That's all.
I'm Massimo. I work with Saverio in Italy in this company. It's a wholesaler of watches and other accessories. In the last 15 years, we used as a ERP software that I developed in Visual Basic 6. So now it's too old to use. We have a different problem for the server platform, because we have to use Windows Server 2012, and since 1 year we are studying Frappe and ERPNext, and I hope to start to use ERPNext in the next January. So I'm here to understand better the development cycle and how to implement it in our company.
Hello, my name is Mark. I'm from Spain. I am a software developer from ServiPro. I'm quite new in this Frappe bench, and I'm here to discover and enjoy the conference.
Hello, my name is Pau, and I am also coming from Spain. We are a small company, and we are just using Frappe because we're developing a new application for one use case that we have with one of our customers. And we are also expecting to use Frappe ERPNext in the future, so we want to learn more about it.
Hello, my name is Jens Lemke. I'm coming from Germany, and I'm a SAP consultant and developer for more than 10 years now. And I want to, personally, I'm very excited to open source software, and want to dig deeper in the ERPNext. I saw it 2 months ago, and I'm really excited what there is in functionality, and perhaps I will dig deeper now. Thank you.
Morning, my name is Ralf Svajor. I'm from Germany, and we are using Odoo and OpenERP for almost 10 years to make our customers happy. But why I'm here is the reason that on every change of the version, you have to develop most of the things again, because they don't have a specific API that you can use, and this is very difficult. That's I don't want to talk about this further, but so for that reason we are looking for a system that is probably better in this way.
You don't want to talk about it on the camera.
So my name is Christoph. I'm running a small printing company, and I'm interested in new solutions. I've also some experience with Odoo, so not so nice.
So good morning. I'm Alfred. I'm the CEO of Megatron, which is a German company developing software and preparing solutions. I also am certified IT expert, so I have something to do with the ERP projects that fail, for example, and I have to fix it. And sometimes I look for an alternative, which is really good. And I came to Frappe, which is a great framework from my point of view, and also to ERPNext. And we are implementing some projects with the ERPNext stuff right now. And we are also replacing some other projects which fail with ERPNext. Thank you
very much. My name is Daniel. I'm a CEO of SweetSol, a small startup from Switzerland. We started to work with ERPNext last year, and now looking forward to learn much next 2 days. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Natalia. I'm from UK and I'm developer in SweetSol, and I'm interested in more information about customization and tips. Thank you.
Ja, mein Name ist Thomas Gehler. I'm from Germany. We are implementing our first ERPNext installation for a customer of us. Yeah, and we are looking for assistance, and let's see.
I'm Petko Mirchev. I'm originally from Bulgaria, living in Germany. I also working with RP last several months, customizing it for a customer, and I'm very curious for some details about the framework.
Hi, I'm David. I am from a small IT company in northern Germany. We deliver IT services for customers, and we're looking for a new ERP system to replace our old one. And this new one should be an open source project. And so we found ERPNext, and we'll see if it fits our needs. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Pierre. I'm working on the campsite on Lower Saxony, and David is my IT consultant, and these are my first steps on ERPNext. And yes, I take a look what it is.
This is me, Santi, from Akonet, Holland, which is based in Netherlands in a small village. So actually, we are providing automation solution, including HRM, CRM, logistic, and document management. So actually, I'm an intern and a developer in the company. So actually, my intention to attend this conference is that actually I'm developing an authentication application for the company. That why the customer can connect through through ERP with the application. So I did some research, and I didn't find that actual API through which can I integrate the app through OAuth. So I'm looking forward to know something. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Devin Ross. I'm coming from Canada. I'm quality and systems manager for a marine manufacturing company, and I've been putting in ERPNext for the last 6 months.
We deliver IT services to our customers in Belgium, and we are using ERPNext, or trying to use ERPNext. We already created 3 custom modules for it. We're only using one now, the time tracking module. The contracts module is not yet completely up and running. And that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Sebastian Patsch. I'm the owner manager of P&P, a Berlin-based company dealing with interior design and associated technologies. We're seeking to replace our current spreadsheet and Google Docs system by this beautiful solution. And yeah, basically, since we're a small company, we're looking into automating most of our administrative business processes, so that information gathered is sort of dealt with by the system automatically. So we basically reduce our overhead. And yeah, I'm interested in seeing how we can customize ERPNext to suit our needs. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Razvan Mili from RSO Electronic Romania. I'm here to study more ERPNext to implement our program in Romania to be much more easy to use. And we hope it would be a good and helpful program for a better way and a easy way. Thank you.
So hello, my name is Björn Odenbreit. I'm the technology director from ISO Germany, and today I'm responsible for sound.
Hi, I'm Makis Edzoglu. I'm coming from Greece. I'm working for ISO company for last 4 or 5 years, and I'm here responsible for live streaming. Thank you.
So I am the cameraman. I'm Stavros Assisiadis. I'm coming from Greece also. I work with ESO for a year now on Frappe, and I'm here with you to share my experience and to get from you also.
Thank you. I'm Gregor Ibic, coming from Slovenia, from a small IT company in telecom. We are mostly in project management and case management, and we are thinking about porting our solution to ERPNext and Frappe framework. And we are also working with some manufacturing companies about implementing ERPNext in their environment. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lara Ibic. I'm also from Intellicom and I'm in sales. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Markus. I'm from Germany. I'm a SAP developer and see ERPNext first time.
Hello, my name is Frank Wojcke. I'm the main developer for the CEDAC group, and we want to use ERPNext for the customers of our customers. And we are very interested in an integration for SAP and ERPNext to connect the both systems. Our main system is at the moment SAP.
Hello, my name is Robert Becht. Yeah, the advantage of being one of the last ones to introduce themselves is that I realized I'm an absolute outcast here. I'm a geologist, specialized in groundwater, working for the University of Twente in the Netherlands. And I'm also a very early adopter, which I'll explain tomorrow, of ERPNext. I started in 2011. Well, as it is only 5 hours by train from Enschede to Frankfurt, I didn't want to miss this. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jay Prakash. I'm based in Dubai. I run a small consultancy and research company called Sky Value Research. I promote ERPNext for my clients. It adds tremendous value to my client base. They're excited about it. I'm here to learn what is new I can offer to my customers, a client base in the Middle East region. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name's Carly Ottenbright. I met most of you, I think, during sign-in. I am a purchaser at ESO Electronic, and I helped organize the event today. So thank you guys all for coming, helping make this a success. I have one announcement. We have planned for tonight. We've reserved a restaurant near the Hauptbahnhof, near the main train station, from 6 to 8. So if any of you are interested in joining us, there's a sign-in sheet over there, and the restaurant would like to know, unfortunately, before you even have lunch, what you would like to have for dinner. So I've left menus in German and English, and we would hope to welcome you tonight to dinner as well. So thank you.
All right, we made the rounds. 2 more people that are participating, but that I don't see right now, are Ingrid and Annette. They are organizing all the food for us, so I'm really appreciative of that too. Yeah, so now it's time for the developer, the inventor, founder of ERPNext. Welcome, Rishabh. Sorry.
Yeah, hi everybody. Great to see everybody here. Thanks, Dominic, for setting this up and the entire team at ESO. I think this is in a way our fourth such event, and thank you everybody for coming. So I'm Rushabh. I started building ERPNext around 10 years ago. We had a family business in manufacturing of furniture, and when I graduated from college, they were reeling from a bad ERP implementation. All of us have discovered ERPs are either very expensive or very bad. So in all my foolishness, I thought maybe I should write my own ERP. That might be and a lot of people do that, right? Even today, people think, if you just see the number of ERP products in the world, there might be more than a few thousand. So a lot of people think, ERP is something everybody should be able to write. And that's what I thought too. And I'm still here after 10 years. And every time I have a conversation, I get a list of features that ERPNext needs to have. So it's a long process. What I thought was I'll just introduce ERPNext and the Frappe framework. So when I started building ERPNext, I built it in two parts. One part was the framework, which is basically all the common functionality that is used to build different features on ERPNext. And a lot of that inspiration came from around 10 years ago. There was a very popular concept called semantic web. I don't know if people have heard. So it's basically about metadata modeling. So you define entities and you define relations, and a lot of things you get a lot of things get built from those relationships. And so metadata modeling is very core to the way ERPNext is designed and the Frappe framework. Over the years, we've added tons of stuff in the framework. We've got some great developers to work on ERPNext, and so I'll just to start off with the developer sessions, I'll just introduce what Frappe covers as a broad framework. So basically, it's a full stack framework. It does everything from deployment of the ERP system to the user interface, emailing, PDF generations, a lot of stuff. It's a whole library of tools that does everything you need from like a typical web framework. It's also open source. We've licensed it. It's a very liberal license, so you can do whatever you want with it. And ERPNext is licensed differently. It's a GPL license, but the framework is open source, so you can build closed source apps on the framework if you want. And also, open source is a reason why all of us are here too. So it's also really important that when I started doing ERPNext, it was something. It was an itch that I was scratching for myself. And it was only later that the family business got sold, and I decided maybe I should do this for a living. And that's when the whole company doing ERPNext as a livelihood came on. So still, I strongly believe in the open source philosophy, and we really want ERPNext to be firmly rooted in an open source culture. And that is why it's great that the community, or for example, this event here is organized by the ESO team, and which is a great example of why people want to connect to open source. Because there is a lot more sharing, right? We all know Wikipedia. We know that there are thousands of experts who give their time to moderate Wikipedia and make it better, and that model works better than any other model in the long run. So the goal is that we want to build this as a community. We want everybody's expertise to be a part of the system. And for that, we have just recently established a foundation. We're calling it the ERPNext Foundation. And we strongly believe that an open source project should be a part of a non-profit and not a for-profit. So our for-profit company does the cloud hosting,
and you can go anywhere and do your own cloud hosting. It is the same software. There is nothing different. There is no enterprise version in ERPNext. So it's the same version that everybody uses. And the foundation, we hope, becomes the home for ERPNext and taking it to the next level. So we'll talk more about the foundation and other stuff tomorrow. But just to give a broad context of So yeah, over the years, so like I said, it's almost 10 years, and the real open source action probably started in 2013. Till 2013, nobody knew really. Very few people like Robert knew about ERPNext, but till 2013, it was very much a very small product. But so now there are more than 100 contributors to the FAPE framework. This is just a screenshot I took from GitHub. That's the platform we use to host the code. So as you can see, in the last 15 days, 1,000 people have cloned ERPNext from GitHub. So there are 1,000 developers probably who have tried to experiment using ERPNext in the last 15 days. Lot of the interest in ERPNext, as we can see in this room, is still very early stage. We're still in a very early stage of the evolution cycle, where a lot of people are still experimenting, looking at ERPNext. They like something, they want to spend more time to understand. So maybe just all the numbers we see, there is a lot of early stage interest in ERPNext, from what I understand. Yeah, so some numbers. There are now close to 5,000 members on the user forum, and I think more than 300 service providers have signed up at some level. These are all very preliminary service providers too. So why build the framework? Why not just one product? Is because an ERP system is a very complicated system. You always want to keep extending it, reuse parts you've built before. So all the common functionality that we wanted was kept in the framework, so we could reuse it in a context agnostic way. For a long time, we were a very small team, with just 4 developers working on this. Now we have a team of 10 developers. Again, working with a very small team meant that we had to be very productive in terms of what we do, and code reuse is very important, that we don't write the same thing over and over again. So we wanted to make sure that that the system that we built was designed in such a way that we don't have to redo a lot of stuff. So we have more than, I think, 200 tables easily now. So it's a complex database that sits behind ERPNext. You should be able to have single deployments as well as a cloud deployment. So we run the ERPNext.com cloud, and at any given point, we have around 6,000 databases running on the ERPNext cloud, and that uses, again, the same deployment platform, which is called the bench. So the deployment also had to be kind of scalable. And another thing about ERPs is everybody thinks that every business is unique. I mean, everybody thinks rightly that their business is unique. Like, no two people are alike, no two businesses are alike. So everybody has things they want to customize on their own. So the architecture had to be in a way that it was customizable at the core. So we have customizations that you can do at various levels, from just configuration to you can go deep in the code and change stuff. So the architecture had to be extensible. So again, what makes Frappe different from lots of other frameworks that are there? Like I said before, the core is the metadata modeling, which is you define entities like a customer, and then you define the properties of that entity, like an address or an email ID. And then you have relations, like you select a customer in an invoice, for example. So all these entities and relations are configurable. They are not hard-coded in the code. So basically, it's wherever you can configure rather than code. So there is a philosophy that says, no code. Everything is, I should be able to design software without code. I don't think we are there yet, and I think code has a lot of value because you can express things in code in a much better way you can express in configuration. So there's always like a point at which configuration becomes too expensive and code is better. And And on the other side, if you can do things by configuration, it's so much easier to maintain and design and change. So for us, the preference was configuration over code wherever we can. And also what Frappe makes happen is rapid prototyping. So, as we will see in Naveen's session, you can build stuff, very fast. So that's the big benefit of using the framework. So just a quick overview of all the features that are there in the framework. So we have a UI which is like a desktop. So we call this the admin UI, which is the desk, where you have a lot of modules. We have list views. So again, these entities, they could be like a customer or an invoice or a shipment or whatever, So everything has a list view, right? So these are again configurable. So you have list views, you have form views where you edit information about an entity. We have modules and notifications. So when you have lots of entities, you want to group them into modules, and then you want to set up. So we have a notification system. From version 8, we also have universal search. So you can search anything inside the system. It's a full text search. You can email anything. Again, this is all configurable. You can email file attachments, and files are also very generic on any entity. You can upload a attachment to anything. So that's. You have print views. So you want views that are for editing, then you have print views that you can configure using templates, or we have a drag and drop print editor. It's pretty basic, but can make reports, standard libraries to throw out reports. And then the metadata modeling itself. So for example, we see the example of an invoice, and you can see all the properties, like it has a title. You can have a different numbering series. You have a so it's linked to a customer. So you can just define the relationships in a form, and that entity we call it as a doc type in Frappe, and doc types are at the heart of the whole structure. And so a doc type is also a doc type. So it's all self-defining in a way. And then the properties, we call them fields. So you can define whether it is mandatory, whether it's hidden. Should it appear in the list view? Does it have a default value? Does it have a description? So all these properties of a property are also defined in the configuration. And then we have users and permissions, session management, login, all built into the framework itself. We have role-based permissions, so users get assigned roles, and then roles, and then you can define permission rules on roles. And these, and you have different types of permissions, like a read permission or a create permission, print. You can set whether somebody can email a document or not. And then you can also set up slightly more specific permission rules. So Frappe also has a document. Yeah. We should just move this. So since we have a lot of configuration about the doc types, which are the entities and all so a lot of the documentation is also generated from the framework itself. So it also has a documentation generator. A few more views that come out of the box. We have tree views and nested sets. So when you have a hierarchical model, that is also very easily configurable using the framework, like a chart of accounts or a tree of warehouses, a tree of you know item groups, customer groups, etc. So in version 8, we are also adding a Kanban view. So this was something the community wanted, and this is now coming in version 8. Then we have web view. So basically there are two sets of users. We classify users as either desk users or web users. So web users are users who are outside of your company, like your customers or suppliers. So they get a different they log into a different part of the system where they don't have access to a lot of the stuff that we saw in the desk. They don't get the desktop icons and they can't just point and click on anything. So we have a portal system where you can define web views, like what do you want the web user to see, and we also have web pages. You can do like make a shopping cart. Then there are web forms where you can define a simple form that somebody can fill, like a customer issue form. And then there is a very simple API, some code here. So if you just want to, for example, add a customer, it's a very intuitive, clean API that you just create a new customer, you set a name, and then you just do insert. And so it has an object relationship model that is basically helps you write clean code without getting into SQL. And also, and this is also available using the REST API. So you can connect the system to any other system by just sending web requests, and all communication happens with JSON. So, and this is an app structure. So you have a basically called a scaffolding, which is kind of a empty app that when you create a new app, you can define modules, and all the models or the doc types that you create for that app sit within your app. So so ERPNext is actually an app built on Frappe. So you can also create other apps on Frappe itself. And then we have a translation portal. I think more than 60 languages are now on the portal. We get a lot of feedback on the translations, and we understand that's something we need to improve a lot. There's a community forum which is very active. I'm sure all of you would have encountered the forum at some point. This is just something I pulled up maybe today morning. So almost 6,000 user visits in the last month, and we can see there are close to 4,900 users now on the forum. And if you see daily, we get, I think it's more than 100 posts a day now. So a lot of activity on the forum. A lot of early stage activity on the forum is what I would put it. So like I said, there are a lot of other things that the framework covers. There is a REST API. Like I said, it's the UI itself is based on Bootstrap, which is a very popular CSS framework. So you can customize it, or you can. We've seen screenshots on the forum that people have made it a black background, for example. So it's very extensible in that sense. We have workflows, we have email alerts, a lot of security. We almost get one email every month saying we found a security problem in ERPNext, and this is how you can reproduce it. So there is already a lot of stuff on the security side happening. There are a lot of people who are basically bounty hunters, right? So they try and look for open source systems, and they try to hack it, and then we get a lot of feedback, and we've improved the system a lot. There is a lot of good feedback coming in that's been built into the system. So database migrations are also automatic, so which is a problem which so if you decide you want to add another property to a customer, and then you just configure it, and then when you deploy it on other instances, that's automatic. So we have automated migrations, and we also have a system for patching. So unlike unlike Odoo, for example, it's we build ERPNext so that you can update it like every other week. So it comes with its own update system. We have a package manager. We have deploy scripts, which are based on Ansible now. So you can use those scripts, which are part of another repository, which is called the bench, which helps you to deploy ERPNext on various platforms. And then we also have real-time WebSockets. So you can push real-time messages on the user. We're building a lot of interesting stuff on WebSockets. In fact, we are almost a couple of months into building a chat application on top of ERPNext. So maybe you can interact to ERPNext with a chat.
About email, is it already possible to use different accounts for different purposes? Because I can only configure or make work one email address. For instance, if I send invoices, I want it to be sent from accounting at my company, and my tickets, the reporting, I want them to send from service desk at, and then I have different scenarios which will need their own email address. Is that possible?
I don't think as of now. So what we do is all our transaction emails go from one ID, notifications at ERPNext.com, for example. And then the inbound we have different. So all our sales go to sales at, or our support goes to support at. But for outbound, we don't use separate.
And is that something that is going to be developed somewhere in the future?
You can do that.
It is something that is on our list. We were going to develop it, or if somebody already has that functionality.
So I think there is a big contribution of the email inbox, where every individual user can configure their inbox. So it will pull every individual user's emails, and then you can tag them to any existing record. So maybe you can extend that functionality to customize outgoing. So in the email box, maybe we can have another option where you can select the outgoing account. So that could be, sure.
I have a question about security. What kind of security measures you are planning to implement? Because as of now, I only can see a database with no encryption, or there's a SSL feature. What are the plans there?
So in terms of security, I mean, it's a broad topic, right? So the common saying goes that there are only two types of companies: companies that get hacked and know about it, and companies that get hacked and don't know about it. So so security, I mean, comes at so many different levels, right from the deployment. So so in the bench, we have a lot of deployment scripts, and we use a lot of we have a conservative deployment. I mean, you can't do a lot of stuff with the deployment that comes out of the bench, because it's more secure that way. In terms of encryption, we have setting up Let's Encrypt, which is the free SSL service started by Mozilla. So it's just one command. You can just do bench setup Let's Encrypt, and it will do all the it'll connect it and set up your deployment with SSL. Database encryption is kind of something I think we should let the person who's deploying decide whether they want database encryption or not, because then if restoring encrypted databases and all of that becomes something which I think we should let the persons deploying. The other is web security, cross-site attacks, making sure nobody sends you like a link on an email which when you click inadvertently logs you into ERPNext, and then somebody can run a malicious script and then get some data into your system. And so we have a lot of cross-site scripting fixes. Then there is SQL injection protection, which is again a very large system. We do get we have a lot of people looking at ERPNext code, and they kind of point out SQL injection issues if they are there anywhere. So it's an ongoing process. Security is more like quality, is what I would say. It's something you have to be vigilant all the time.
Hi, I have a question about the licensing of ERPNext. It is possible to develop some modules and sell it to your website, or to our website, or to some cloud solution.
So I was thinking we'll discuss this more on this tomorrow, about the strategy and licensing and all of that. So That's a long discussion.
And do you are planning the bench stop command? This would be nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
Maybe this is a question I was posed already. I've been experiencing Odoo, the early versions, when it was yet free. Then it became limited and more limited, and then it became costly. What would be the long-term view for Frappe on this matter?
So like I said, and there is absolutely, if you look at track record of not only Odoo but any open source ERP, that's the direction, right from Compare, which was the first open source ERP, and so that's why we've started the foundation. So now we want to really put ERPNext inside a foundation. I think we have already started taking memberships, and with that memberships, the foundation will drive the roadmap and the features of ERPNext independently. So with anything I say here, it's still
membership
sure
by
Odoo
subscription, for instance.
Yeah. So you have memberships and then members. I mean, we can discuss more on foundation tomorrow. I think that's again a long discussion. Yeah.
Thank you.
Technical question about customization. Is it the right approach when you customize the field to export as custom fields and property setters as a fixtures and keep this in Git?
Yeah,
this is the best way at the moment. Yes, because we have some challenges. For example, if two developers are working.
The best way is to contribute a patch. The second best way is to do the customizations.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that some of the questions are getting very technical. There is definitely space for that. I think the better space for deeper questions about Bench and Frappe framework would be after the lunch break. So right now we should go a step back, and Nabin will show us how to customize ERPNext. So you should pass this on to him.
Okay. Hello everyone. So now we'll cover actually what customizations can be done from inside the application. So we all know that every business is different and they have some custom need of customization, and without customization actually you cannot deploy a ERP in your organization. At least some basic customization is required, like making custom fields or making a print format or hiding or unhiding some basic fields, standard fields. That is all I will show in the first step. So yeah, instead of just showing by myself, I will like to that everyone should sign up in our ERPNext cloud, so they will get a feel about how to do customization and everything. So you can do sign up in the ERPNext cloud. Just go to erpnext.com. You all have your internet connection, right? So after signing up, you will get an email to verify your email ID. Now in the backend, actually your site is preparing and installing in our server. So you have to wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Yeah. 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 I did not. Okay.
We have an app, we call it Central, but it's not. It, yeah, maybe we can. We haven't really given it a thought.
So my account has been prepared in the background. Okay. Don't panic. It's not you. It's us. Yeah. Yeah. It's no cam. Yeah.
Maybe a lot of sign-ups in a minute.
Yeah. So just update your password. So now you will see that setup wizard. Let's quickly complete the setup wizard. There you will get your own domain, and based on domain, actually some feature set is hidden from your account. So let's, yeah. Yeah, some functionality is hidden in your account. So you will, all functionalities will be available, but it will be hidden from the desktop at least. Yeah. Yeah, and the basic permissions is set up based on your domain. If you get other than basic documents, you have to set up your own permissions.
You can activate it by adding rows.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll cover permission manager, how to manage permissions. So let's take manufacturing. Mm, yeah. Let's take a hat. So at least at least one is mandatory. Yeah. So, iPhone. Here is a checkbox to add a few sample records. Maybe let's create sample records as well. Yeah.
Run it again. Oh, sorry. I've had this process fail several times in the last week or so. And if it failed, I would just run it again. I wouldn't change anything and it would finally finish. Is that typical?
So you also get an error message pop up.
Oh, yeah.
So you can send and report that issue. So we'll fix that. Maybe it's a translation. Generally, it's translation related issue comes up. So we don't get it actually because we don't test in many languages.
It's English. I mean, it's
No, it generally does not come in English. But if
both actually.
So every time the setup wizard fails, we get an email on the
Yeah.
cloud.
Okay. Well, it wasn't on the cloud. It was local host.
Then it might be on the developer, which is always. So you can just take a screenshot and post it on the.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I ran it last night, and it worked, and it failed 3 times, and then finally it said it was successful.
It's not typical.
Yeah.
It's typical.
Maybe
for me.
it's a validation. Sometimes validation comes up that an item group is already available, existing item group is duplicate item group. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyway.
Just a tip, maybe. We are working on several terminals, no, remotely mostly. And then if you switch computers, then sometimes the shell account expired, no? Then you have to kill all the processes, no? This is a little bit tedious work, no? You have to search for the processes and kill them all. And then if you can write a bench stop, it would be very nice.
Okay.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah.
No. Because if you work on several computers now, we are many offices now, and you start in one offices, and then maybe shell account expired, no? And you go to another office, you cannot start the bench. You have to kill all the processes and then start again. Sorry? No, I do not use screen.
Yeah.
But bench stop would be nice, yes.
To find the process and to kill them, to clean everything.
Yeah. So the development version, you just start the processes in your current SSH session. So when you do bench start, you can't do anything else, right? Because all the processes run in your current session. So there is no point. So you don't even have the bench command then.
Yeah.
So you can't stop it. So Control C is the only option. It's like how you log into MySQL and then you have to exit, right? So okay, maybe there could be a bench. So you do bench start and you hit a console. Maybe that could be something instead of just letting it hang over there.
Maybe in another tab you can type bench stop or something. I don't know.
No, but the other tab doesn't have access to your. Oh no, maybe it has. But the point is that you should use screen, which helps you keep consistent SSH sessions across So if your connection, if you lose the connection, then you log into your SSH and then log into a screen. So screen stays persistent across SSH sessions. And you should always use screen if you are deploying, because then if you are in the middle of a migration and then your SSH session breaks, then you know that's not a good thing. So you should always use screen if you are doing SSH sessions.
And you can also share your screen to multiple users as well. Same screen.
So we'll show you probably after lunch how we use screen.
Yeah. So everyone has set up their account. Yeah. Okay. So first we'll start with managing permissions. How to manage permissions in ERPNext. So basically, there is users and there is roles and there is called doc type, that is which is form. So every form is accessible to the roles and roles is assigned to your users. So that's why we manage the permissions actually. So there is a tool called role permission manager. Let's grow from the setup only. Setup, explore, setup. So there is a role permission manager. Here you can see standard permissions for each doc type. So suppose we are checking for sales order. So document type is sales order. Role is accounts user. Again, there is a role called maintenance user, sales manager, sales user. All these are roles, and these roles have permissions like read, write, create, delete, and everything. So read is basically just he can see the document. Write is he can edit the document. Create, he can create the document. It is just straightforward. He can delete, he can submit, cancel, amend. You can basically manage granular permissions by for printing, email, report. Also, you can restrict by uh, assign them to the role, and so you can customize it as well. You can create your own role. So suppose, for example, for this sales order, I want that a person will manage your shipping of the goods. So suppose he only want to see the sales order form, nothing else. So I cannot assign all these roles to that user. I will create another role called shipping manager, and I will give only read access to the sales order form. So just I will, yeah. Yes.
A tricky part, okay.
Yeah.
In this matter, but if you have a child table,
Yeah.
you have to also put roles to the child table.
No.
No.
Actually, child table shares the permission of the parent only, so it does not have individual. Yeah. So we will create a new role. You can also navigate from the awesome bar. So just create shipping manager and save. Okay. Go back and I think we have to reload the system. Yeah. So there is no permissions for the shipping manager. We'll add a new role. So here document type is sales order, role is in shipping manager, and permission level is 0. So what is permission level? So basically you can define any level 0, 1, 2. We specifically assign some number for the permission level. Generally we use 0, 1, 2. 0 means 0 is used for managing permissions against a form, and higher level permission level is used for field level permission control. If you want to suppose if you want to show a particular field to a specific role, you can assign that permission level to to a specific field. We will do that. So let now for the form level permission we will use 0 only. So yes, add. So he has shipping manager now has read, write, create, delete. We will remove all that thing and we will just give read access. Okay, that's it. So now I can create a new user and assign that role to you. Okay, just edit in full page, save it. Now here is a role section. Okay, maybe have to reload. Yeah, so I'll check shipping manager only and save the user. Okay. So we have a subscription of one user only in the cloud. So I cannot I will not be able to create another user. But basically that is the way. I will just assign as many roles to a user, and whichever. Yeah.
The friend asks, if I customize all doc types and create roles, what about update part? Will the roles get updated?
It's in the YouTube page. Okay. Just also let me open the YouTube page. Okay. Okay. So there is a question: if I customize all doc types and create roles, what about will the roles get updated? So there is a question: if I customize all doc types and create roles, yeah, what about will the roles get updated? So there is a question: if I customize all doc types and create roles, yeah, what about update part? What will the roles get updated? So there is a question: if I customize all doc types and create roles, are you talking about a bench update? What about update part? What will the roles get updated? So basically, whenever you create roles, you can make that role a part of your custom application. And if you make the role as a part of custom application, then whenever you will do the update, it will automatically make that role as a part of your custom application. So that is the role as a part of custom application. Then whenever you will do the update, it will automatically make that role as a part of your custom application. So that is the role as a part of custom application. Then whenever you will do the update, it will automatically. So that is the basic role permission management. Apart from that, there is also user permission manager. From where you can restrict user permission management. Apart from that, suppose there is two companies. There is also user permission two companies data. From where you can restrict. You want to show only one company's data to a specific user. Apart from that, so if you buy, there is also user permission two companies data. You can manage that. So you want to show only one. Select the user, select the company that. So if you buy, there is also user permission companies data. You can already say that you want to show only this user the user access any document. So if the property is not banned here, you can already say that you can this user can just access any document. So if you want to banned here, just you can already say that you can this user can just access any document. Yeah. Suppose you want to restrict a user by to a specific territory. So you can territory and is suppose India and add it. Then in sales order there is a field called territory. So you have to allow set user permission in the role permission manager as well. So I will go to the role permission manager, select sales order. Okay. Suppose my role is shipping manager and there is apply user permissions. So I will check this. Then I have to select the document types as well. All the link fields in available in sales order will be shown here. So I'll check that if territory is permitted. So if I check this, now this user will get only access to the India territory. No data from other territory will be available to him or her. So that way you can restrict as well.